So today in the battle arena, we got three fights coming your way. Spider-Man versus Wolverine, Green Goblin versus Dr. Octopus, and Spider-Man again versus Captain America. These were all fights that were first posted on the TikTok channel, so be sure to go ahead and check that out over there. See these fights and plenty more when they first come out. But anyways, let's get into these videos. Let's get into these fights. What's up guys, I'm Daniel, this is DanCo. Thank you so much for watching the channel. Make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe button, turn notifications from the FanCo army. Also, like I was saying, go follow us on TikTok. Link in the description down below, and be sure, the like button, subscribe button, turn notifications from the FanCo army. Now let's get into the fights. Today in the battle arena, two superhero icons going head to head. Spider-Man versus Wolverine. So who wins? Let's find out. So Spider-Man, well, he's Spider-Man. He's pretty freaking powerful. He's strong enough to trade blows, overpower dudes like Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Sandman, and Venom. Fight against them, beat all of them. He can hold up walls, stop speeding trains. The guy is just really, really strong. He's also really fast. Fast enough to dodge attacks from Goblin and Doc Ock and Venom and all of them. And you can be sure, if he can dodge attacks from those guys, he can dodge attacks from Wolverine too. And it's a good thing too, because if Logan starts landing too many hits on Spider-Man, it's all over. Pretty clear he can be cut up. So it's really about Spider-Man's speed versus Wolverine's durability. Because I mean, Logan is tough enough to take plenty of attacks, so many bullets, even nuclear bombs. So it's really quite simple. Do you think that Logan is fast enough and skilled enough to land some hits on Spider-Man, relying on his durability to take plenty of hits from Peter along the way? Or do you go with Spider-Man's strength and agility and webbing, thinking that he can dodge Wolverine's attacks, web him up, knock him out, or just take him out in the fight before getting stabbed one too many times? And I think I'm going to go with Spider-Man here. I think he's got enough speed and power to take Wolverine out. Hard as that might be, Spider-Man wins. See, I guess the question is that I've been wrestling with is how could Wolverine win that fight? If I have Spider-Man winning, I think I'm right. I think he wins the majority, but how would Wolverine win? How would Logan take it? I think it's just really, really, really hyping up his durability and his speed. That's got to be it. I mean, the guy's auto-healing through Phoenix. He survived a nuclear bomb. Spider-Man's punches might not be enough to take him down. He's taken hits from the Juggernaut before. Spider-Man might not be enough. But then you got to couple that with speed and agility because, of course, Peter can also just web him up. And if you web Logan up in just the right way where he can't actually cut through the webbing, I don't know if he's actually strong enough to break through those webs. So yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure I have this one right. Spider-Man should win that one. Next up, Green Goblin versus Dr. Octopus. Today in the battle arena, we've got two Spider-Man villains going at it. Green Goblin versus Dr. Octopus. So who wins? Let's find out. So these guys were both in No Way Home, but who would have won if they had an all-out, no-holds-barred fight? Well, unlike Doc Ock, Green Goblin is actually legit superhuman, on par with Spider-Man himself. I mean, when you're strong enough to do this, send Spider-Man flying like this, beat up Spider-Man like this, it's safe to say you're stronger than Dr. Octopus. He's also plenty tough, taking hits and punches from Spider-Man, with all his different pumpkin bombs and flying around on his glider and everything. He can be super dangerous, super lethal. I mean, he was more than a handful for Spider-Man. Probably a bigger threat than anybody else Peter had ever fought. But here's the thing about Dr. Octopus. He's strong enough to completely smash Spider-Man 2, overpower Spider-Man, nearly kill Spider-Man. He can block attacks with his tentacles, and they're moving fast enough to catch Peter. Which, I mean, makes sense. He'd be kind of a lame Spider-Man villain if he was never even a threat to Spider-Man in the first place. But I don't think he's actually a threat to Green Goblin, but completely and totally willing to kill Otto. A whole lot more savage, a whole lot more brutal, absolutely no moral compass. And because of that, I don't think Doc Ock can hold off Goblin like he did with Spider-Man. And I think Green Goblin can take this one. Green Goblin wins. For this one, I'm 100% confident Green Goblin wins this fight. He's essentially Spider-Man's equal in almost every single way. Probably a little bit less than Spider-Man, but more than makes up for that with just his bloodlust and his willing to kill. I mean, the idea of Spider-Man punching Green Goblin in the face and Green Goblin laughing through it. That's terrifying and I love it. That's the kind of sadist that Green Goblin is. And Doc Ock, whether he's in charge of the tentacles or the tentacles are in charge of him, is not prepared at all to handle that kind of threat and win the fight. He's just not. Green Goblin easily takes that one. Today in the battle arena, we got two Avengers going at it. Captain America versus Spider-Man. So who wins here? Let's find out. So Cap's the leader of the Avengers, technically making him Peter's boss, sorta, and he's even beaten Spider-Man before already. He's strong enough to not just send like normal people flying with each punch and kick, destroying jeeps with attacks, but he's fought against all the Avengers bad guys. Against Loki, against Ultron, against Iron Man. He's not technically a bad guy, but against Iron Man and against Thanos. So yeah, Captain America is plenty strong enough to go up against anybody he needs to. He's also real tough and real fast. Tough enough to take attacks from like Iron Man and Ultron and Thanos. Oh yeah, and Spider-Man. Plus he's fast enough to casually block bullets with his shield. That stuff is just easy for him. We also can't forget about how good of a fighter Steve is. I mean, seriously, like elite tier, world class stuff. He could take on anybody in a fight. And I do mean anybody. I'm talking Black Panther, I'm talking Winter Soldier, I'm talking anybody. But Spider-Man is, well, Spider-Man. He's clearly stronger than Captain America. I mean, are you seeing Steve doing stuff like this, or this, or this? And that's not even just to mention how he's throwing punches and kicks around all over the place. He's so much tougher than Steve is, taking all sorts of attacks, ranging from getting run over by a train, taking hits from Thanos, to already taking hits from Captain America. But bigger than anything else here, Spider-Man is just way, way faster than Captain America could ever possibly hope to be. Not even a question. He's dodging bullets and lightning blasts and everything coming his way. The reason why Iron Man said Steve would beat Pete is because of experience and skill. But Spider-Man now has a whole lot more experience than he did before, and just a huge physical edge. Spider-Man wins. This is a fight that's definitely changed over time. Because like with Homecoming, I agree with Iron Man. I mean, it's kind of hard to disagree with Iron Man when they're saying in universe that Captain America will beat Spider-Man. It's kind of hard to argue with that, and when he already beat him in a fight. So yeah, this is a fight that's changed, evolved as Spider-Man has changed and evolved. Steve might have been able to do it a while ago. I mean, he's not like lacking in strength and skill, and that shield is something else. But now Pete is, he's coming to his own. Like he's got the Peter tingle. He's way more confident in himself. He's just coming to his own, and Captain America should not be able to beat him. Like, if they want to keep continuity in the MCU, Captain America should not be able to beat Spider-Man. I'm like 99.999% certain that's how it would play out. Spider-Man would win that fight. But what do y'all think? Sign off in the comments down below. Who do you think would win between all these fights? Green Goblin versus Doc Ock, Spider-Man versus Wolverine, Spider-Man versus Captain America? Sign off in the comments down below. Also, be sure to like button, subscribe button, turn notifications on the FanCo army, and I'll see y'all next time.